Emmanuel Kofi-Armah Buah didn't come to play.
I want to just establish from the nominee so that we are clear in our minds what the policy of the government will be. And as I said, at page 136 of the NDC manifesto, the party categorized all grants of public lands as state-looted lands. And as I say, I have in my hand here several state lands which were granted during the erstwhile NDC administration. Now, the question of prices of public lands was established, the formula for determining the prices was established as far back as 1995. So nothing has changed. It's been a formula that has been used since President Rawlings' time. The question is simple, and we just want the nominee to be clear on that. These lands which have been granted, will he classify them as looted lands, and those who bought them, will they be state looters? And the Commission of Enquiry, which has been promised by his party, will the Commission of Enquiry begin from 1993 up to date? And further so, will your government put a ban on the sale of public lands as you promised the Ghanaian people, not at market value? Will you ban the sale of all public lands in Ghana? Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, as we speak today, the guidelines for the sale of public lands, according to the Lands Commission, is that it is valued and then 25% of the value is what is sold. And then the rest is paid through ground rents. What I am telling you that is different, and that's the commitment of the new NDC government, is that that will not happen anymore. And that public lands will be valued, and anybody, first of all, it should not be sold. If there's a need to sell it at all, it has to be done at the current market value and make sure that the people of Ghana are not shortchanged. Any attempt, and I think that I have to also say that, Chairman, as you know, the President recently communicated that the sale of all state lands be put on hold, and that a thorough investigation, a thorough review is done. I think I am yet to go to that ministry. My task is that when I get the opportunity to go to the ministry, I'll get a chance to review all these lands and what has been done, and I'll be in that position to make very good judgment. But I can tell you what I will do. Every decision I made will be guided by what I just said. We cannot take decisions that will shortchange the people of Ghana, and I will do so.
Emmanuel Kofi-Armah Buah as the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources Designate. Na Enra, na easy between Emmanuel Kofi-Armah Buah and the vetting committee. No?
Your endless narratives. We are going to do the right thing. We are going to make sure the water is clean. We are going to... Well, that...
Leader, with all due respect, how do you describe that to be endless?
Chairman, would you allow me to ask my question? Let me build my foundation. Let me build my foundation, Speaker, if you may. Mr. Chairman, allow me to build my foundation. So you kept on mentioning very beautiful things. I will ask my question, so just be tolerant. So the question was, the president stood on political, unless you are telling me what the president said was for political convenience. He said he will free illegal miners, and he was quoted rightly. Now my question to you, leader, is, you have been heard saying all the things you are going to do. And then you said that the president said it in context. I heard you. What is the context in which the president spoke then? And what context are you speaking now?
I think, Chairman, as Lands and Natural Resource Minister nominee, what I'm looking forward is the enormity of the challenges in front of us. And I'm not here to talk about political platforms. I'm here to talk about solving serious problems that confront the people of Ghana. I'm here because I know where President Mohammed's heart is. I know it through the policies he has espoused. I know the things he has said that has given him the mandate of the people of Ghana. And I'm here to tell the people of Ghana that the new government is committed to ensuring that there will be no new mining in forests reserved. The new government is committed to make sure that we protect our water bodies with new initiatives. The new government is going to make sure that we reclaim our degraded lands and give a pathway to help individuals who want to be in mining to do it legally with the support of government. But we will ruthlessly deal with anybody who decides that he will not follow the law. Illegal mining will not be tolerated. It doesn't matter your political party.
Yetimi Ebusan a lot of questions, direct questions, including questions about SONA, State of Nation Address. Abusha Sabekaya, after the President Akufo-Addo Etime delivered the last State of Nation Address ever, no. Emmanuel Kofi-Armah Buah Etime a powerful speech
that he has just delivered. Mr. Speaker, I need to remind you that the people of Ghana have already given their verdict on the true state of the nation. And that verdict was very, very clear. Economic hardship, huge debt overhang, high youth unemployment, hopelessness, and more. We have come to the end of the road for what has been undoubtedly the worst government under the Fourth Republic. Honourable Speaker, this abysmal record was confirmed on December 7th when the people of Ghana returned the most overwhelming and emphatic vote of rejection of any government ever witnessed under the Fourth Republic. Mr. President, you will be remembered as the first president who was cushioned by the IMF when you began, and you are still being cushioned at the end of your term. Mr. President, you left something very important in your account. You left out an account of your promise to God to build him a cathedral. But Mr. President, Mr. President, I will leave that for you, between you and your God.
Listen, Otimi Ekasa out of frustration, even after the Kasano, NPP for a demanding apology to the president. But Emmanuel Kofi-Armah Buah said he doesn't give a fuck, she said, or Kasa as an ordinary citizen. The ordinary citizen and on all Kasa, and he doesn't give a fuck. And now, Annor Dompreh Etime Ebusa, Emmanuel Kofi-Armah Buah said, Emmanuel, just said, Ukasaya about President Akufo-Addo na Ukasaya no Ghana for Kasa. Yama opportunity said, since I want no and I say apologize to the president, Ubetimi apologize that
January 2025, and with the permission of the chair, I want to quote extensively your words. Deputy Minority Leader Mr. Emmanuel Kofi-Armah Buah. Mr. Speaker, I am grateful for the opportunity to thank His Excellency the President for the message on the state of the nation that he has just delivered. Mr. Speaker, I need to remind you that the people of Ghana have already given their verdicts on the true state of the nation, and you got a good cheer for that. And that verdict was very clear. Economic hardship, huge debt, overhang, high youth unemployment, hopelessness, and more. we have come to the end of the road for what has been undoubtedly the worst government under the Fourth Republic. And you got a good cheer for that. Mr. Speaker, this abysmal record was confirmed on 7 December 2024 when the people of Ghana returned the most overwhelming and emphatic vote of the rejection of a government ever witnessed under the Fourth Republic. That should be calm. I have engaged you extensively on this matter. It was a very emotional moment for a president who was exiting. And you know that it was not all hopelessness under His Excellency President Akufo-Addo. You have spoken in admission of some of the high things President Akufo-Addo did, the free SHS and many others. Sitting in this chair now, the benefit of hindsight, and reflecting deeply, would you say that these words were harsh on the outgoing president? And when you are given the opportunity, you will retract some of them in part and apologize unreservedly.
Emmanuel Kofi-Armah Buah said he doesn't give a fuck.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, I have enormous respect for President Akufo-Addo and any president that will occupy this highest seat of our land, because the decisions that they are confronted are enormous and grave. And so I don't think we take that lightly at all. As deputy majority leader, I had a duty that day. And I believed, and that's what I thought, I believe those were words that resonated with the people of Ghana. Now, if there are words that came out that sounded in any way disrespectful, I'll regret it, because the intention was never to disrespect the president at all. It was simply to talk about the government of the day. And yes, obviously, there were very good things, some things that were done that obviously we can talk about, that were right, obviously. But I was reflecting the views of the people of Ghana, who felt that they have gone through so much hardships. And that's why the reference was to his government and not to his person. Thank you.
That's why I said, I respect President Akufo-Addo, but he was talking out of frustration as an ordinary Ghanaian, suffering an ordinary Ghanaian etime farm. Abushan, just around there and easy. Now, yes, our question to quality me Ebusan, Emmanuel Kofi-Armah Buah, Abushan Sabekaya, President John Dramani Mahama, all go to turn or say, or as president, just illegal minus etime choma tumuno, or make sure say, or back down to bail. But Emmanuel Kofi-Armah Buah said he doesn't give a fuck about that, because illegal mining, illegal mining. Now, illegal mining, so also your mineral resources into no companies are just illegal mining there, or about Ochamukra, into your illegal miner, now of tools, now open say, mining in water bodies, and I say, forestry. Emmanuel Kofi-Armah Buah said he doesn't give a fuck, or Chua, Uko prison straight. This is a warning. Abushan, there was a lot of things that happened between Emmanuel Kofi-Armah Buah and the vetting committee. You because we in summer etime course. Now before I become message say, now subscribe to YouTube channel we are. Oba subscribe, no like, no comment, no share. The one me update bia na ubenye me na so share. Abushan, ya ko ebra Emmanuel Kofi-Armah Buah etime Asia vetting committee.
On the honorable nominee, on the 11th September 2024, His Excellency the President, President John Dramani Mahama, at Impoho constituency, in the Impoho constituency, specifically at Edum Banso. Thank you very much for the question. Edum Banso said this, and I quote, "I will grant all Galamsees imprisoned under Akufo-Addo amnesty And this is captured on the Ghana website. Please. I want to know, Honorable Nominee, what would be your advice to President Mahama on this comment? Thank you very much.
Are you now relying on Ghana Web?
Thank you, Chairman. Illegal mining activities is devastating our environment, destroying our water bodies. The stories about diseases, deformities of children being born are very serious matters that I have described. And that is why we have laid out all the programs that will give opportunity for anybody. And Chairman, let me put it bluntly, and I've said and I want to say it again. This fight against illegal mining, you can call it galamsey, is going to be pursued with the support of the people of Ghana. It's going to be a bipartisan fight because it goes to the root of whether our country will survive or not. And we don't take that as a joke at all. And so let me say clearly, I think that there was a reference to making sure that those powerful forces that are always behind the small guys are dodging. That's the reference the president was making, if that's what you are trying to make. And that's the point we are making. We are not only going to make sure that people who are small guys who are working in the field are the ones that are going to be, but the big guys who are buying the machines. Once we've created the avenue and the opportunity for the right things to be done, all those powerful people who are in the dark causing this havoc are the ones who deal with it.
So there's a final follow-up. This is actually my follow-up. So, no, that was the substantive question. Mommy, that was the substantive question. Mr. Nominee, Honorable Nominee, so these powerful people that you, as you described, do you know any of these powerful people? No. And if you do, and if you do, what would be your advice with reference to dealing with such powerful people? Thank you.
Chairman, as I've said, we are determined to make sure, working with the people of Ghana, working with mining communities, working with our chiefs, to make sure we reset not only Ghana but the mining sector, and to make sure we do all the right things. And we are determined to do that. If you give me the opportunity to go to the ministry, I can't wait for this work to start and to make sure that our country is healed.
Thank you. I recognize Honorable Mahama Shahid.